Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name's Save with Crypto. Now, as well as the channel, Save with Crypto, I do have another channel as well, which is called SWC Trading. I'm trying a few things out on here. The idea is I want to do live trading, but I want to be careful because I know that some of the people have ran into problems when they've been doing live trading on YouTube, and the last thing I want to happen is for this channel to get taken down for some sort of reason. The reason is normally to do with providing dangerous information. So I guess the thing is that people might try and follow your trades or whatever and then end up wrecked, and that could be bad, I suppose. I guess that's what it's all about. Anyway, so bearing that in mind, I started off a new channel. I mean, there's only 23 subscribers, so do go along to that and subscribe. I'll leave a link somewhere, probably the top corner, definitely in the description down below, and you can join that and subscribe. So what I did yesterday was this live stream here that was about 4.5 hours long, and I was just looking at the way price was behaving, the price of Bitcoin, using our indicator, which is called Quadzilla. If you don't know what Quadzilla is, go to savewith.crypto.org/QZ and you'll find out about it. So what I've done, I took the recording of the stream from yesterday, which was obviously over 4 hours long, so it's like 10 gigabytes or something, and I've squashed it all into a couple of minutes, so it's on 100x speed. So let's just have a quick look at that and see if we can make sense of what was going on. It's a little bit difficult because I realise now that I kept moving the screen around. I added bits of text when I went away from the camera, or away from the computer rather. So I think in future, if I do that kind of thing, I'll probably try and avoid doing that, so we can actually see the way the price behaved and the way Quadzilla behaved, to kind of give us an idea about where the price is going to go. Anyway, we'll do that now, and then towards the end of the stream we'll have a look at the current price of Bitcoin and where I think it's going to go today, which is Sunday, January the 11th, 2026. Okay, let's take a look at this anyway. Okay, so I was looking at the price of Bitcoin on the TradingView chart, and what we were looking for mainly was these kind of retracement levels. So you can see here the price was kind of going up, and then we had this green retracement level there. So I put a little note in there saying that it will probably retrace to there at some point. Okay, and the price actually went up instead, and then it came down. I didn't really know where it was going. It looked like it was going to go up, so I was thinking, oh, is it going to retrace? But we kind of always know that generally sooner or later they do retrace, you know. And there it goes, and it actually went quite a bit below. So what I was looking at then, I was looking at a previous bullish retracement line, and it did indeed go down to there as well, because sometimes what we can see is that previous retracement lines do sometimes behave like support. Now at this point here we had this bearish retracement line above us, so we kind of knew the likelihood was it'll probably go back up there and then reject from there, but I don't think it ever got there. At this point we did have a bullish retracement level below us, so I was thinking it might come down a little bit. We had a little one there, and that one did complete. So the question was, would it go for the second one? I mean, we know statistically it will, but sometimes it doesn't look like it's going to, because the price is going the other way. So it's starting to look quite bullish here, and I was flicking about between time frames a little bit, which makes it a little bit confusing looking at this sped up replay. And then the price came down and it completed both of those retracements. Now at the bottom here you can see on the momentum oscillator we've got the red trend shield appearing, which means the trend is still down even though everything looks like it should reverse very, very soon. So that was last night. And skipping forward to today, you can see that what happened after that was the red trend shields stopped appearing. That's these red triangles. Let me just show you that larger. It's these little triangles here. Okay, that actually means that everything momentum wise is looking like the price should reverse, but the trend is still to the downside. Okay, so when they stop appearing, you normally see the price go up a little bit. Now, it did go up a little bit, but not that much. It went up to about 90.5k and then started coming down again. And we've pretty much been in this kind of range ever since. So the time now is about 12 o'clock midday on Sunday, January the 11th. And we're just kind of bouncing around in this range here. We are a little bit higher than we were, but we're not near this retracement that I was looking at yesterday at about 91k. Well, the thing is, there's not much we can tell really on the 1 minute time frame. So I normally go up a little bit. 12 minute is one that I really like. And what I'm looking for is these kind of crosses of the yellow 21 EMA and the green 55 EMA. And you can see we had a bullish cross this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. The price went up a little bit. At the moment, it seems to be sort of like failing a little bit, which is not great. Let's try the 30-minute time frame, for example, see if we can see any larger trends there. It's the same kind of story, really. Bullish cross this morning at 5 o'clock, going up. What we don't really want to see is the yellow and green cross back over again, because the price will come down if that's the case. And sometimes what I like to do is to look at the time frame where these have only just crossed. So I'm guessing that would be something like the 40-minute time frame maybe. And yeah, we're in an interesting spot here, aren't we? Because they have just crossed there. It doesn't look massively bullish for the moment. The momentum is just in the middle, doing nothing. And even looking at the CME close from Friday, it's at 90,645, which is pretty much exactly where we are right now. So it all looks very, very sideways. Now, of course, we will start to see some more action tonight when the US futures markets open. And then after that, you'll have the CME open. That kind of stuff, which should be a catalyst for getting the price moving again. But for now, I honestly think the safest thing to do is just sit on your hands and wait for more information, because at the moment we are just in the middle of a range, and you don't really want to diddle in the middle, do you? Because it never ends well. If you do want to consider doing something like laddering in some longs at lower prices, maybe even like just spot positions, there are a few levels to note, such as the January 2025 low, which on this chart was at 89,100. We did almost get there on Thursday, actually, so maybe that was it. There's also the March-April 2025. There was a bit of a pivot, a bit of a change of direction then. That was at 82,504. And there was the April low at 74,456. So I would say if we do go down, then those levels are all quite feasible. Now, just before I go, I'm just going to go back to the 40-minute time frame, where you can see that that cross did happen reasonably okay, actually. So the kind of thing I'd do now is I'd think, okay, let's take a look at maybe the 45-minute time frame, and you can see that these EMAs are now approaching. So if they cross bullish, we could be seeing a bit more upside, but I would still expect some resistance up here beyond 92k. I suppose we could have a quick look at the VRVP to get an idea of where all the action is. So yeah, you can see at the moment we are above this node here at 90.6. The next resistance is going to be this node here at 91.2k. If we get above there though, we might get a clear run through this void here up to this area here. So nothing definite I can really tell you at the moment, but that's what I think for the moment. I'd love to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments down below. Any questions? Leave them in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do me a favour. Give the video a great big fat like. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have got the notification turned on. Do look at the link for the second channel in the description as well. Subscribe to that, and I'll probably do another live. I might even do one tonight, actually. I'm not sure. Otherwise, I'll be back with maff tomorrow at midday UTC. That's 12 o'clock UTC. And we'll be discussing what's going on next week, because I think next week is going to be fun, because I think it's going to be pretty volatile. I think there's a lot of news and stuff coming out. There's kind of war stuff going on, and it's all a bit crazy. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, but do remember, above all, tell your friends.